Hey you guys, it's Crystal from the Abundantly Blessed Homestead, where we use the wisdom of our ancestors to make amazing, nourishing, delicious meals for our family and grow some of our own food. This segment's going to be a shorter segment about electroculture. Now, just a little bit of a disclaimer. I am not an expert. There actually are really no experts that know everything about it. But there is another really great YouTube channel here called Cultivate Elevate, so go check that out if you need more information or you want to dig deeper into all of this. But basically, the idea behind it is to harness the Earth's electric energy that flows north to south and pull that down into the earth to stimulate roots and plant growth, which is super cool. This has been used since the early 1700s, went through both world wars. It was really great common knowledge for a while. But then the industrial complex took over with fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, all those things, and the knowledge of electroculture went out the window. In fact, back in the World War II, the farmers were warned that if they continued to use electroculture practices, such as plowing their fields with copper plows, that they would be producing so much food that food prices would drop and they would be making less money. Think about that for a second. Electroculture has been proven to increase your yields in your garden 100 to 300% depending on your situation. Now, not everything is going to be the same in everyone's garden. So that's why I always encourage you guys to do your own research, because your conditions where you are may make it so you have to build different antennas, taller antennas, or do some different things. There are all sorts of different electroculture types. There are some that go underneath the soil, underneath your plants. There are some that you build cages above the plants, and there are others that you build antennas. Just look into it. There's a lot there, and it's something that you're going to have to just try inside your garden. If it doesn't work, manipulate some things so that you get better results. So what I used, this is just my personal choice because I was reusing the things that we had, was braided electric wire. This was a braid of like 8 of these individual wires that are even smaller wires. You guys can see that. But this came out of an old electric system. And so I stripped it down, and this is what I used. Now, this is somewhat rigid, but will not stand on its own to make a very tall antenna. So what I've heard as far as beneficial wire would be copper wire for sure is the most beneficial. 12 gauge, 8 gauge range, somewhere in there. So anyway, this is what I have used, and I've had some good results with it. So I'm going to show you how I built my antennas. This I got off of Cultivate Elevate, which is the idea to find a stick from around your property that has fallen and then wrap copper wire around it. So down at the bottom, I left about a 3-inch straight piece here. This will all get submerged into the soil. For small antennas, you want to submerge the antenna into the soil 3 to 4 inches, and for larger ones, 6 to 8 inches. And then after that, I just wrapped the wire clockwise because I'm in the northern hemisphere. If you are in the southern hemisphere, you're going to want to wrap it counterclockwise. And then when I got to the top, I just made a little hook. You can make a cool tree-looking, bushy antenna at the top if you wanted, or you can just end the wire at the top of the stick. Like I said, I got this idea off of Cultivate Elevate here on YouTube. Go check them out. If you don't want to build your own antennas, you sure can buy some. Hills Mill Homestead here on YouTube has their own electroculture antennas they will sell. It's over, their website's over in the description box underneath their videos, where you can pay to have some antennas shipped to you if you don't want to build your own. Really quick, some things that will impact your success with electroculture for sure. First of all, the antennas need to be on the south side of the plant that you're trying to boost. Also, short, like 3-foot antennas and shorter only cover 3 square foot of your garden, whereas say a 6-foot booster or mega antenna would cover 225 square foot of your garden. So it just gives you an idea of size and how big you're going to be looking for. But the other thing that you need to know is that you want to heavily mulch your garden, because we're depending on the Earth's current. And so in order for it to hold more current and be more electrically active, we want that soil to be moist. So heavy mulch is a great thing to help keep your soil evenly moist for a longer amount of time between waterings. Also, reducing or eliminating the use of things like iron inside your soil. So iron gardening tools is one example. If you are someone who likes to till up your garden each year, you may want to reconsider that, considering most of those are made out of iron. And so what iron does is it demagnetizes the soil, which is going to make something like electroculture a lot harder to use because you have less magnetism within your soil inside your garden. Also, trying to build the antennas taller than what your plant will be when it's fully grown is also a really good idea. The taller the antenna, the more energy current you get from the atmosphere. So that's why the 6-foot antennas or taller. I've even seen them 22-foot tall by using wood beams and then wrapping the copper wire around it all the way into the sky and then building some sort of an ornate antenna at the top. So just keep that in mind as far as antennas go, that the larger you build them, the more current you can tap into. Something else that to take into consideration that can affect your outcome of your electroculture in your garden is how close is the closest 5G tower or any other sort of towers, electric lines. Those sort of things are kind of counterproductive to electroculture. Electroculture can help with those things. In fact, it's been proven that if you take and make a little tiny antenna for your house plants and you have, say, Wi-Fi, it can help boost those plants even with the existence of Wi-Fi. But once again, depending on your load of EMFs, you may need a larger antenna, more antennas, etc. All right, so I just encourage you guys to use what you have around your home, recycle some things if you can, and if not, then go to your local hardware store and try to get some copper wire. That's all I have for you guys right now on electroculture. As my garden grows, I plan on doing once a month garden updates anyway, so I will show you guys the electroculture changes. And we'll keep you guys updated as far as that goes. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.